cannibalism, the eating of one human being, eating another human being, is already even considered internationally as a manslaughter. It is even similarized to as a murder because why? You're eating another human being. However, in response to them, when they say it is culture, it is a way of honor, we have the same paradigm. How about honor killing? It is even considered as for them in order to remove their sins. But why is it not allowed? Why is it banned? Because there are some ethical code which has to be maintained. And even when it comes to culture, we say that there is a drive and the culture is wrong. Such as in Africa, genital mutilation is wrong. Why is it? Why? We see that there is supposed to be a change in culture. Even though it is called culture, even though it is born from before, it doesn't mean that what is from the past should never be changed in the future. We are what we are proposing here, that we say that there are circumstances in which change is required. Because why in life, sometimes we need a drive to change, especially talking with these people who are born in such community. Even we feel that it is not sure that because they're born in that community, that actually they personally agree with the culture that they're born in. It is not that they personally agree, but what happens is that societal pressure is there when they stay in such community. And this societal pressure will force them in order to give this consent. And this is the one that sometimes even indirectly pushes them in order to allow cannibalism. It is not true that they personally agree. Therefore, we say that when something is against the ethic, when something is against and considered to be immoral, it is the obligation of a government to preserve the moral guideline of the society. It is even proven under the Convention of Human Rights of the UN in 1996 that it is condemned. Cannibalism is condemned already in the status quo. And therefore, especially, no. And therefore, what we are opposing here is that it doesn't mean something that is there from the past, it means that it can never be changed in the future. Today I'm going to speak on how cannibalism is considered to be inhuman and how the government should only abide on a policy which preserves the moral guideline and the ethic code. Second, on how this is a degradation of a human body value. And third, the nature of body outlet. No. And a government should make a policy. When a government's duty is in order to maintain the moral value in the society, to maintain on what's right and what's wrong, then it's the duty of a government there in the first place. It is to decide on what's right and what is wrong. And even though, because there are certain decisions that is being taken by the society which is not always right. So we can see that the government intervention is justified. Like for example, when government forces people to wear seatbelt, it is for the safety of the people. So here we see that sometimes the government's action to intervention is justified when it is for the betterment and when it is no. When it is especially it's against with the ethic code. Why do I say it's against with the ethic code? Because we see even according to many religions that it is not allowed for a body to be consumed because a human body especially is not food that you can eat. Even though it is considered, even though they feel that it is something about culture, here what we are upholding here is that there is a right of limit. As how they said there is individual right, the government also has to maintain the right, in fact the societal right in order to maintain social order. And this social order, especially when there is when people are already rejecting, when there is an when internationally it is being banned, we can see the same thing as how in suicide. Suicide is also voluntary, but why do we ban it? Because according to the government it is wrong. It is the same analogy applied here. It is not sure what you think is right is actually what's right. The government is the one whose duty is to moral obligation in order to maintain on what's right and what's wrong for the society to stay in that specific governance itself. Secondly, on how we would degrade the human body value. Human body value is mutually exclusive. It is the self-body, even though there is a self-body autonomy, it is the human body which is to be respected. And this human body is supposed, the sacredness of the human body is even to be respected even after their death. Even after their death itself, it is to be respected. Yes.
Why are people allowed to donate their organs, which also tears that organ away from their body?
For organ donation, it gives a future benefit because it gives another person an opportunity to live. This one does not give another person an opportunity to live. Because what happens is that what you are doing here is that there is no gain, there is no significant gain in allowing people to give another human's body. What happens is that it is backlashing the idea of the societal itself. Because why? Now in the idea of society, we have reached a modernization. We have become more civilized. The nature of the people today is that they are more civilized. And in this civilized nation, eating another human body is considered ethically wrong because we are not animals. There is a difference between animals and a human being. We have a different mindset. We have the capability to think. And that is where, but sometimes culture provides an irrationality based on decisions. Which is why the government is there in order to maintain social and order. We cannot allow people to just execute their rights and do whatever they think is right. Because not sure whatever is right is actually right for the society itself. No. But now that we have reached an era of modernization where this is already considered an ethically wrong, where culture has to be changed. With time, change happens. And when change happens with time, what we want is that we would allow for change to be happen, but it is for the greater good. Eating a human body, we did not see a significant greater good in that. And even if it is considered to be a culture that they say, and it is considered a value of order to them, according to us, the value of human body is much more sacred than the value of this. Because why is the culture which has happened? It is not sure that it is by their will that they have to agree. Sometimes there is a societal pressure which forces them to agree, especially in situations even in Africa where genital mutilation happened. It's not that they want it. What happened is that they have to do it. Even in Papua, we have seen how it has been banned. Why is it banned in the Papua? Why the government of India has not allowed it? Why is it no more allowed? It's because it is unethical towards the code. Because why? The government, is supposed to maintain societal order, where it is supposed to maintain the ethics, where to do what is right and what is wrong. Philosophically, it is not right in order for one human being in order to eat, even though it is after the death, but yet the life of human value is supposed to be preserved. This is why even the nature of afterlife, religion, why do we still bury the body? Why do we still keep it? Because the body, the value of the human body is much more sacred, and this right, which is due to culture, is basically due to societal pressure in that area. And therefore we say that it's going to the government, because now we are civilized and the government should make a line on what is right and what is wrong. And it is philosophically wrong. It is even not right, it's even not justified for a human being in order to eat another human being, especially when it comes to these circumstances. Therefore, we definitely oppose cannibalism, even it is due to consensus, because even though it is consensus, there is no doubt that they really want it, and even though it's going to culture, we say this is a wrong culture to be preserved, and this is the time for change. And now is the action that we have to propose a change rather than go, because if we go with this, there would be no development, there would be no development, and there would be no evolution like in the position as how we are today. Thank you.